Hey guys, Script over here with another video, and I did a video some months ago when they screened this original theatrical cut of Star Wars for whatever it was. I don't even know. I don't remember. It was like, I don't know if it was the Screen Actors Guild or just a bunch of people or investors or what. I can't remember. But they screened it, and I remember mentioning at the time that I feel like they're probably going to have to release this for the 50th anniversary. And I say that because if they did the special editions, yeah, people would go probably, right? And it would maybe do okay, but those are so widely available. They're on Disney Plus. They're everywhere, and they've been everywhere for a very long time. So my thinking was, if they had half a brain, they'd put the original theatrical cut out for people who were not able to see it, or who had only maybe seen it on the VHS tapes and stuff and had not seen it in theaters. I felt like that was kind of like the most no-brainer way to go, and it looks like that's what's happening. It's official. Original theatrical cut of Star Wars is coming back to theaters. Lucasfilm is celebrating the film's 50th anniversary on February 17th, 2027, the best possible way. IO9 has confirmed with Lucasfilm that it is, in fact, the original theatrical cut of the movie. So I feel like that means it's going to be the original. Like, it's not going to have a New Hope in the crawl or anything like that. Which, again, for a lot of people, I think would be a cool experience. It's unfortunate that it's Disney, and they're probably going to make a whole pile of money off of it, and then use it to make more shows like The Acolyte. But I do think, there's a market for people that want to see this, especially in theaters. The version with Greedo shooting first, Jabba the Hutt, the rings around the Death Star. Yeah, it's like you're going to see Han shoot him. none of this added stuff. There's like 3 different versions of that. Just kept playing with it. Now we know that the answer is no. This will be a newly restored version of the classic Star Wars theatrical release that will play in theaters for a limited time. And according to other reports, it'll even be released in IMAX, though Lucasfilm has yet to confirm that. Okay. Now, I do think this is, even if Disney was actually, Lucasfilm was successful with how they dealt with Star Wars, even if they had been, I say this still is the right move, regardless. But the fact that they haven't been successful, this is the only move, right? Like, there's no other option. So we don't know, and we'll probably never find out exactly if they were reluctant to do this, but then felt like they had to do this because they need something. They need some shot in the arm because it's just not going well. Even right now, I mean, the lack of hype for the Mandalorian and Grogu movie is very palpable. It's like people just are not excited for that at all. It stands to reason coming off a really, really terrible season 3, and then now you're telling people they have to go to the theaters and they can't watch it on their whatever their app, their Disney Plus app. So, I mean, they kind of have to, even if they didn't want to, but I still think it would have been a smart move anyway. In 97, when George Lucas remastered and tinkered with the original trilogy, the special editions, those became the only versions that Lucasfilm would release. That meant in theaters, on streaming, on DVD, all that stuff. As a result, copies of the original film with Han shooting first, no Jabba, became rather rare. Which I always found kind of strange that they would all just be gone. Because, I mean, yeah, okay, they do send some of them back to the studio. Not all. Some of them don't go back. So what happened? Did the theater send them back to Lucasfilm, and then George has them hidden in some vault somewhere? So they were having a really hard time finding one? I don't know, man. Maybe. Because it's pretty clear he didn't want these released ever again. Last year, though, Lucasfilm President Kathleen Kennedy attended a screening of one of those prints, giving the event an official seal of approval, and now we know why. What do you guys think about that? The people that are, really... Because, there's people that, love George Lucas to the point where, any kind of criticism really bothers them, right? If you say anything, even true things that are negative about George Lucas, because guess what? He is a human being, and he has positives and he has negatives. He's not hovering over us, with angel wings. If you are one of those people, are you mad that they're bucking what George wanted? and showing the original? Does that make you upset? Or is this one of the things you're willing to pull back on and say, no, George never should have blocked us from seeing these ever again? Because I don't think he should have. I think he should have made all of the different versions available. And my only thing with this is that this is interesting, but if I was them, I'd go one step further. I would have Empire and Jedi original cuts as well come out over, like a couple months period. Not just the original. But, I mean, whatever. It's a start. Maybe they will. Maybe on the anniversaries of the other two, maybe they're planning that as well. The other thing about this that's interesting as it pertains to George is, so it's pretty clear he did not stipulate in the contract of the purchase that they couldn't release these, which is very interesting because for over 30 years he was just so, or 30 years I guess roughly, he was just so hell-bent on, no, we have to only see the special editions. So it's interesting to me that was not something that he was going to prevent, or was he? And then they said, well, we're not paying you $4 billion unless we get those, or the rights to those. It's kind of one of those things. It's interesting because, again, he was pretty hell-bent on never having them ever be seen again. And now they're doing it. So, interesting. And they've been pretty nasty to George Lucas in a lot of ways. But this is one of those ones where it's like, you know what? This is the right thing to do, whether he likes it or not. The re-release was also originally supposed to come out on April 30th, 2027, which would have put it a few weeks ahead of the new Star Wars film, Star Wars Starfighter. Now, there's some more space, and earlier in the year, less competition. You can imagine it's going to be a hot ticket to see Star Wars in theaters again, the way it was meant to be seen, and the way we haven't been able to see it in a long time. Finally, guys, for me, I don't hate the special editions. There's some stuff in there I like and some stuff in there I don't like. Obviously, some of the improvements of the lightsabers and having a little more color and not being so whitewashed, things of that nature, I do like. I don't mind adding some creatures, but he overdid it, right? There's just too much going on the screen sometimes. I was disappointed he took out the Wolfman. Obviously, the Greedo stuff, Han shot first, sorry. And what's funny is after he did the special editions, George was wearing a t-shirt that Han shot first. Almost trolling people because he took that out. So, but there's certain things I get, like some of the effects improving, some of the sound improving. And, I get it. I mean, I'm not sitting here saying that, I wouldn't have wanted to change some things because I didn't have the technology to do it at the time I made my original like George did. I get it. I'm not mad about it. But again, still make the others available. So then the question becomes, after this gets released, are they going to release the original on DVD or on whatever, the streaming service? Are they going to, or digital, purchasing, whatever, are they going to do that? Can they do that contractually? I don't know. This is going to be an interesting thing to find out how they handle this. Again, it's sad that Disney has screwed it up so bad, but this is, it is kind of cool. It just sucks that it's Disney doing it, but it is kind of cool. Let's be honest here. Anyways, guys, let me know in the comment section what you think. If you like this content, please like, subscribe. Always helps the channel. Feel free to check out anything else on my channel. Have yourselves a really good day.